Hey guys, the Cyclist here, back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at the Snake Pass descent coming out of Glossop heading towards Ladybower. I've also posted up two additional videos on the screen now. Top right is my first ever video looking at the Garmin VIBE Elite, which is the device I'm using today, with the helmet strap mounts against the use of the handlebar system mounts, and underneath that is the Alex Dowsett hour record, which was absolutely phenomenal. Do take a look at that. But for now, we're going to have a look at this descent. It's a group ride, it's not a race, it's a social event. We were just doing a recce of a longer route, but I thought I'd post this video up. A few people have commented I've never been over the Snake Pass before, so I thought I'd put this together for them. Now you can see my revolutions per minute on my cadence in the bottom left hand corner is 0. We're just cruising down here. It's a mixed group, mixed abilities, so we're not going to hit the pace. It's not a race. We're just going to cruise down here at our leisure. One thing to note though, it is a busy road, or can be a busy road, so due care and attention is required on this road. And having your wits about you as well. So it's always good practice to look over your shoulder, over your blind spot, or lifesaver as motorcyclists tend to call it, and just double check that the area is clear, there's no one overtaking you. And the other reason is due to the fact that it is a mixed group and it is a social ride and not a race. Just double checking that I'm not too far off the front, because I tend to like being off at the front on the descent, and making sure that people are within view, or at least I'm not going too far off the front. So there you go, you can see I'm just looking around now. So remember, it is a busy road. I'm just going to speed things up here. There you go, there's a car going past. I'm just going to speed this up so we can skip through, because part of this descent is very much, there is an undulating section to it. We are going down, we're still doing about 30 miles an hour, as you can see. All the telemetry is provided from the Garmin VIBE Elite. Now you can use the VIBE, the standard model, but you have to input or copy over and input your GPX file, your race data file, into the VIBE Edit software, which is free software. Here you can see I've just backed off the pace and I was snoozing a bit, I was intentionally filming, and a couple of guys, Joe and Will, have just caught up with me, so we're just going to ride together. I'm not in a mad rush, as I said, it's not a race, so I don't need to press on and jump onto his wheel really quickly, as we intend on stopping down at the bottom near Ladybower, near the Reservoir bridge, to regroup. So I will jump up to his wheel and slowly make my way into his slipstream. See the guy in front, Will, he's constantly just looking up. There you go, he's looking over his shoulder just to see whereabouts I am on his wheel, making sure I'm not passing. We're all safe, we're not, like I said, he's not on the Joe in the lead here, he's not on his wheel. We're just cruising down, just taking it at a nice pace, making sure we're safe. Obviously, as I said, it's a busy road, lots of cars, lots of cut-throughs on here. And just double checking to see if anyone's coming up onto my wheel, or if there's any cars coming. Now I've edited it out on this footage, but a white van does cut me up in a second, but I've cut it out and then I back off because Will and Joe go off ahead, so I slow up at this point where I'm joined by other riders, and it's like magic, they appear. So now there's a group of 4 of us, if I remember correctly. Chap in front is my friend Ian, and someone else, I can't remember who it is, but there's about 4 of us initially. There were some people behind the 4th person. He's just indicating there on his left that there was something in the road, typically potholes or loose gravel. But we're cruising along nicely. As I said, we're not going hell for leather at the moment. He's just just checking that I'm on his wheel. So I think at this point he just presses on just a little bit, nothing major. And we give a little wave to the other cyclists on the other side of the road. Always good to acknowledge each other. I know some people don't, but I'm not one of those people. I'll always wave and say hello. Now anyone who's been in road racing or track cycling or anything like that is used to slipstreaming. So this is what I'm doing now, just in this slipstream, getting close. So you can see my cadence has dropped to 0. I'm still doing 22 miles an hour. I'm just sat there, just easily. Just the amount of effort I have to put in here at the moment is pretty much negligible. And then I just check over my shoulders, see if anyone's there. Now I don't want him to do all the work, so at some point I will want to overtake and take the workloads, because at the moment he's taking the wind. He's doing a very good job of it. Before I just gave a quick glance over his left shoulder there, so I'm going to double check over my shoulder, make sure there's no cars, no traffic overtaking before I do my manoeuvre, because I'm going to take the lead here. So there's the check, there's the live stake. I can see there's no cars coming, so I ramp up the speed a little bit, get in front, back it off just slightly so he can get onto my wheel. Now this is about a minute and a half later. I've just shouted out over my shoulder just to call out through one of the riders to come in front and take the lead, and does so nicely. Gets further ahead than I like, so I tend to get out the saddle, just increase the cadence just slightly, just to get on the wheel. Now we're getting into a rhythm, just keeping the cadence reasonably stable. It might not look much, but there is a bit of a climb to this. It goes up by a couple of percent, not much, but it's just like a nice long drag. You say we're trying to keep the pace as steady as possible, and you can see the speed just coming out, and there she goes out the saddle. Now at this point we've been riding for a little while. We're still in the 4-man group, or 3 men and a woman, and I realise I've not seen anyone off our back out of the rest of the group, so I kind of look over my shoulder, I pull out, I let the other 2 go through, look behind, see no one's there. Just had a conversation with the last rider there, Ian, and he said, oh, we're still just meeting up at the end. Now this is important. Now we're coming up to a car on the left. I'm using hand signal number 3 in the picture I've just overlaid. Now if you're not familiar with hand signals or terminology and things to say and shout out while you're on the road, it's a good idea to familiarise yourself with this terminology. It'll just aid you in the long run and keep you safe, more importantly. I'll try and put a link up in a video as well on this channel. Now this is coming to the conclusion of the snake pass descent. I'm just looking over my shoulder to check no one's doing any stupid overtaking manoeuvres. But if you like the channel so far, please like and subscribe. I've put the links up on front of you for the Alex Dowsett hour record in bottom right, and top right is part 1 of the comparison of the Garmin VIBE Elite helmet strap mount system versus the handlebar system. Thanks guys for watching, I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next one.